Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. We have this article here that is very revealing and strange not. Comes from Associated Press from February 13, 2023. U.S. renews warning to China that it will defend Philippines from attack. All right? Or if you want it differently, the same here. U.S. renews warning it'll defend Philippines after China spat. Okay, well, why do I think this is important? I'll tell you in a second. One, do you guys know how the attack on Pearl Harbor is viewed by the American side? The attack, perpetrated by the Japanese. Yes, it was unprovoked, and it was due to Japan's ambitions in East Asia. That's what it is. So Japan wanted to expand in East Asia, and it had a imperialistic tendency and militaristic tendency as well, which is true. And then the second one is just unprovoked. The United States had nothing to do with anything. It's just, minding its own business, plowing the roads, plowing the fields, and all of a sudden those guys attacked out of the blue. Sounds familiar with the unprovoked? It's always unprovoked. We are always attacked unprovoked. Or Ukraine is unprovoked. Always the forces of good, that we say who's good, are attacked unprovoked by the forces we determine they're the bad ones. Okay? So here we have Philippines, and we, United States, says that we're going to intervene in a possible spat or fight between China and the Philippines. Okay, well, let's read the first paragraph here at least and go and see what's going on. I mean, why is US, China, and Philippines, how can they be together, when we know that's a kind of a distance between them, if you know what I mean. So, it says here, the United States renewed a warning that it would defend militarily its treaty ally if Filipino forces come under an armed attack in the disputed South China Sea after a Chinese Coast Guard ship allegedly, the word allegedly, if you look on the dictionaries, someone said something, all right? It's not, you didn't bring the evidence yet. Hit a Philippine patrol vessel with military-grade laser that temporarily blinded some of its crew. I saw the pictures. It's like those things, it's green here, and they do that. Okay. Now, good or bad, but let's see where is South China Sea. I mean, always look around and to try to understand. Trying to understand what's going on. So here it is. This is South China Sea. Here in the north we have China, we have Taiwan, we have Vietnam, right? Philippines right here, and Malaysia, Brunei. Now this is what the Chinese claim, all right? Here it is, the little red thing. This is where they claim this is their territory. How should I put it? Territorial waters, because probably they claim these islands here, So then, therefore, they claim these areas around their little islands. Now, I don't know exactly what the Filipino ship was. If it was here, if it can be here, it cannot be here. That's a different point, but let's look and see where the United States is, because, the United States must be here somewhere, very upset with this. Oh, well, you know where the United States is, right? Beautiful old map. Here's the Pacific Ocean. Here on the right, on the east, we have United States of America, plus here the Alaska, plus here Hawaii, right? Far away from China Sea, right here. And it's called China Sea for a reason, and it's not called US Sea, okay? I mean, can we give that? All right, can we agree with that at least? So here we have it. This is where the South China Sea is. Here in Malaysia, boom. The map that I showed you here, obviously, is here. This right here. And the United States is right here, from here to here. But somehow it has an interest here. No problem, you can have it. You can have it. You can have her, she's too fat for me. Is that what it is? That little song? Now, this is a... let me give you the story that I started with Japan, with the unprovoked imperialistic, militaristic way of being, just like that, which they were. They were. So were other countries as well. countries that were far, 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 far away from the neighborhood of Japan. Now, I have at least one information on, or I can give you two reasons why, for instance, Japan unprovokedly attacked the United States, according to some historians, okay, not with the authorized history of the United States of America, okay, is because United States of America, let me just put this back, which is very close to Japan and to the, right here, to this area, right? It's very close right here. Remember, it has some problems with Manila and the Philippines. The U.S. did something to these guys at the beginning of the last century, if I remember correctly, and it was not a good thing, if I remember correctly. It was something with military. Anyway, so Japan was expanding as a territory, and its economy was expanding, and they need resources. Japan does not have resources. Not have, that's the word. They do not have. I'm not talking about human resources. I'm talking about oil, gas, tin, and other things that they need for their manufacture. So they started, going around here and say, we want to do business with you, maybe we're going to occupy you, maybe we're going to do this to you. And the United States from here decided that they tell Japan who they can do business with here. And they told, no, you can't buy your thing from here, but if we tell you, no, you can't buy it from here, no, you can't buy it from here. So it's like someone tells you, out of the 5, groceries, groceries, stores in the neighborhood, they would tell you, no, you can't buy at that one, no, over there you buy only if you ask me over there, and you need food, because winter is coming and you need to, get some provisions for the winter, and you have children and so on. And after a while, even if you're not a weak country or a weak person, you would say, who are you to tell me this? You are actually so many thousands of miles away from here. Who are you to dictate me? And then Americans, no, you don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that. And and that was unprovokedly. Then Japan decided to attack Pearl Harbor, which was not United States of America. It was a territory at that point. So anyway, take it however you want. It destroys part of the U.S. Navy over there, which was located in Hawaii. And then you can say, well, this is one point. So Japan's point is, hey, you tell me not to do that. You tell me that I cannot do business with these guys because it's under your somehow protection or something. And besides, you say, if you do this, something is going to happen. What am I supposed to do? Lay down and die? Or try my best shot and see where that gets me? Well, they figured that they could try the other thing. Why? Because they did the same thing to Russia in 1904. If you remember at Tsushima, they just surprise attack on the Tsar's fleet, and just sank the whole fleet over there in the Strait of Tsushima. Boom. So they said, well, let's do it again. And the kamikaze came back. Kamikaze that they used they thought, in the 2 invasions of the Mongols. Remember those ones? I think it was in the 1200 and 1300 or 400, something like this. The Mongols crossed the strait trying to come to Japan and so on, and then it was a wind. That's why they have the kamikaze wind, and they helped them destroy the Mongolian fleet. And therefore, the Japanese were celebrating on the other side with their katanas out. So that's why it was. They thought we're going to do this again, and it didn't work that well this time. I'm talking about after the Pearl Harbor. So do you see another scenario here with this? I'm not saying that is a fight about resources here, but again, we have the common denominator here, which is United States, where you will find United States in all, I would say, major wars on this planet. You're going to find United States somewhere. You're not going to find Russia everywhere. You're not going to find China or anywhere. You're going to find United States. Is it because we voted for United States of America to be the policeman of the planet? No. It's because those guys consider themselves as being the good. The good. And they have to, for us, keep us safe by doing this. Well, I think it's just pokes on China, and China will probably react. And what do you think is going to happen? Another proxy war, with the same persons in Washington, D.C., smoking their cigars, drinking their bourbon in dark rooms, counting the money and seeing how things evolve and how the stock goes up or down for certain companies. And then they will reconstruct after everything is down there. Hey, like the Second World War, when they came and helped us with the Marshall Plan. Good job. And then who took over Europe? Us, Germany. So that's one thing here. Let's continue with this little article. Maybe they give us some more information on that. Oh, that's not what I want. All right. Here it is. Bam, bam. U.S. State Department spokesman Ned Price said China's, and I'm quoting, dangerous operational behavior directly threatens regional peace and stability, infringes upon freedom of navigation in the South China Sea as guaranteed under international law, and undermines the rules-based international order. Lavrov, and I made a very good point, asked the Americans and the Western partners, he said, so many times to have a list of the rules. He said, I've never received a list of these rules because there are none. Or the rules are do whatever we tell you to do. So when you hear this, think, okay, but what are the rules? Why? Because if they're going to give you the rules, you're going to find out easily that they, the ones that issued the rules, broke the rules, violated the rules constantly. So that's why they don't give you the rules. They're just telling you, you got to follow the rules that whatever we make up today. But we're not going to tell you what the rule is. That's the same thing as a narcissist tells you, well, you did something wrong. I'm not going to tell you now. I want you to think about it. And I'm going to give you the cold shoulder, and I'm going to give you the silence treatment. And you stay over there, what the fuck did I do? Didn't I wipe my ass? Did I poke my nose? What did I do? Did I look, my tone? What did I do? And then you find a big thing that you might, like an idiot. If you're an idiot, you will think of all of this. And then you're going to change the whole thing because he or she told you that you got to think about it, what you did wrong. How about you? Turn around and leave. It's time for you to leave. So same here. Rule-based order. No, what are those? And why do you think you're the one who's going to make those rules and not I? I tell you why. Because I am the good person and you're the bad one. Why? I determined that. By what? Not by evidence, because if I look at the evidence, I'm not good. Remember, they talk about Russia threatening war with nuclear weapons. Who used the nuclear weapons? So from the get-go, you have no moral standing here, no higher ground, okay? So I'm not saying you should not say anything or fight for peace, but, pointing out that it's most likely they are the bad dudes. No, you already have that scar right here saying bad dude, all right? Because I definitely don't think that dropping of 2 atomic bombs over 2 cities, civilians, is a good thing. Oh, to stop the war. Well, how about Russians to stop the war right there, right now? Would that count? No, because we get the same ideology, religious thing. Good versus evil. And somehow we are good. And somehow those are evil. When everything is in between. We are good and evil, they are good and evil. But hey, what do you want? You talk with juveniles there, seems like. The United States stands with our Philippine allies. And what they're going to do? They're going to attack China? And accused of China, after the Philippines on Monday accused the Chinese Coast Guard ship of using laser on February 6th to block the Philippine patrol vessel BRP approaching the second Thomas Shoal, a submerged reef that has been occupied by Filipino force. Okay, was occupied. All right. An armed attack on Philippine armed forces, I'm quoting, public vessels or aircraft, including those of the Coast Guard of the South China Sea, would invoke U.S. mutual defense commitments under 1951 treaty, he said. The treaty obligates the allies to help defend one another in case of an external attack. Yeah, Philippines going to defend the U.S. That was made just for you are under my quote-unquote protection, and I will take care of you. Aside from China and the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Taiwan, and Brunei also have overlapping claims in the resource-rich and busy waterway, where a bulk of the world's commerce and oil transits. Well, it's okay. We're going to go to war with China if that happens. China. Why? Because we were going to defend Philippines. all this thing with we're defending everyone and they're defending us as well. It's such a juvenile, interpretation of reality. But hey, some people really believe that's the way it is, and you can't change that because that's the way we are. We have our limitations, and we reach that limitation. Some of us here, some of them here. You got that? Us, them. What am I supposed to say? I met too many people. I found some very good ones. I found some, most of them, not very good ones. What am I supposed to say? I mean, after all, we got what, 40% of our population below 86 IQ? Look what's the definition between a person below 86 IQ. And we have about what, 40% of the entire population is below that. So how are those guys function? How do they function? And they vote, which is fine. You're a productive member of society. You can do that. If you're not, I don't know, maybe you should, and besides you have to improve and enhance your knowledge. You vote for things that you don't even know, don't understand. I mean, really? Anyway, we'll see. So get ready. You got a big desk, and if you don't need a big desk, a school desk would do. Remember how you guys in the United States were trained to withstand a possible Soviet nuclear attack on the United States of America as a child? The older generation or elderly people remember that. Or if you guys read, they knew when they had the drills, they made the children, the students, go underneath their desk and stay over there for the atomic attack of the Soviet Union, because that helped a lot. But hey, that gives the false feeling of security. That's fine. Like nowadays with other things, if you know what I mean. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart. Go and buy the toilet paper. Another crisis is about to come. Just kidding. Stay strong, stay smart. Look for the truth and be just.